It's disgusting and it's disappointing and it's problematic, and yet it's so unsurprising. It's kind of amazing. I don't know what would have had to be reported yesterday that would have shocked us or surprised us or, actually blew our hair back, because it's Dan Snyder and it's the most dysfunctional organization in football, and we just assume the worst all of the time. I think most people know the worst with football on the field product. Most people might not know the interworkings of just how bad that organization's been off the field for the last 21 years. But if you had any sense of that, there was kind of nothing that could have shocked you, and this was part of the same, and it doesn't make it any less reprehensible. But it's just like, this is the Dan Snyder organization. And I know that none of the allegations from the 15 women of workplace misconduct go directly to Dan Snyder. I know that Dan Snyder wasn't the one that did any of these things. But what you see is that Dan Snyder, for 21 years, created a boys' club where the people at the top, the men at the top, essentially thought they could do whatever they want. And this is very reflective in their football as well. We never understood why Bruce Allen kept his job. We never could understand. Bruce Allen's, he can't hire a coach. He can't figure out personnel. He can't draft a quarterback. He can't figure anything out. And yet Bruce Allen kept his job year after losing year. Why was that? Because the people at the top, who were the henchmen of Dan Snyder, who were the allies of Dan Snyder, always knew they could act and have no repercussions, that they just knew they were forever empowered. And only finally last year, this offseason, when the city of D.C., the state, the region, and most of that fan base, if not all of that fan base, was knocking at the door with torches and pitchforks of Dan Snyder. You have to finish off Bruce Allen. You have to fire him. Was the only final moment where Snyder got it and did it. It took years of that. It just goes to show you, these guys that were doing this to women in the workplace at the top of that organization just felt like they were never going to be punished. There was never going to be any repercussions. And this is how you create a toxic atmosphere and how it's a problematic franchise. And that's why, even though none of this is directly tied to something Dan Snyder said to a female coworker, it ends up at Dan Snyder's plate, because whether it's football or non-football, he creates an organization and a culture where the people at the top feel like they can do no wrong, no matter if they're successful on the field, successful in business, or not. And this is just another example of it.